Are you looking for sample CASPer questions and expert responses? You've come to the right place. Reviewing and practicing with sample CASPer questions is a great prep tactic. And in this video, we'll go over a sample CASPer scenario with expert responses to each follow-up question. Have a look. Hi, I'm Natalie Stoberman and I'm an admissions associate here at BeMo. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe on whatever social media channel that you're watching this on, just so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you would like us to help you with your medical school applications, visit CASPerTestPrep.com to schedule your free initial consultation. And FYI, check out the timestamps in the description of this video to navigate to specific sections that you're interested in. And here's what we're going to cover: a CASPer scenario and our expert responses. By the way, we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So make sure that you comment below for a chance to win. And on top of that, there's this one thing that will dramatically increase your CASPer score. And I'll explain it at the end of the video. So make sure you keep watching to find out. So let's get started. CASPer scenario. Let's have a look at the prompt. You are an employee at a company and over a period, you've observed harsh treatment towards a black coworker. When asked, your boss says that he's hard on her because he wants to see her improve her weaknesses and reach her full potential. However, it is perceived as discriminatory by not only you, but others in the office as well. Here are the follow-up questions related to this scenario. 1. What is going through your mind? 2. What should you do? And 3, what would you do if you were the employee being discriminated against? Take a moment to reflect on how you would answer. You can even pause the video just to think about your own responses before you hear our answers and analysis. Now let's get to the sample answers. Our expert response to what is going through your mind. This is a very typical scenario follow-up question. It is asking you to put yourself in this situation and think about your own reaction to this experience. Here's our expert response. At this point, I'm wondering if this is discrimination or if the boss is hard on her because she has potential that he is trying to help her realize. If he is trying to help her realize her potential, he should treat other employees with the same level of intensity, as his goal should be to help everyone flourish. The major problematic factor is that she is being treated differently from others. However, it is possible that the boss genuinely wants to help her. It is difficult for me to discern what is occurring. I will have to investigate to find out what is really happening on all sides. Note that the author of the answer does not want to jump to conclusions for either side. They want to remain non-judgmental to both parties, and the answer ends with the important note that the author needs to gather more information to formulate an opinion. This is also what they do for the next follow-up question, so let's have a look at question number 2. What should you do? First, I would talk to the employee of color and ask her about her experiences, as it is possible that I'm misinterpreting what is going on. First, I would ask her how she feels about how the boss treats her, if she feels like he treats her fairly and equal to others. If she feels that he treats her well, then there is nothing further to investigate. However, if she feels like she is being discriminated against, I would ask her how long this has been occurring, as well as ask her for specific examples of this ill treatment. I would encourage her to approach the Human Resources Department with her concerns so that they can help her mediate this situation with the boss. Additionally, I would approach the boss to investigate further why he treats her like this. If he genuinely believes he is helping her grow, I would be understanding, but also point out how his treatment of her may be perceived by others. If he confesses to discriminating against her, I will notify him that discriminatory behavior is not acceptable in the workplace. If he agrees to change this, then I would pay attention to whether his attitude towards my coworker changes, but if not, I will report him to higher authorities in the company. This is a succinct response that outlines clear steps of what the author would do. Remember, it is always important to demonstrate action. Ignoring the situation will not get you a high score. Let's move on to the last sample question. What would you do if you were the employee being discriminated against? Here's a sample response to this scenario type question. I would first investigate and find out if I am truly the only person being treated this way. It is possible that he may be treating other employees in a similar fashion, but I may just be unaware of this. If it turns out that he is treating others equally harshly, then there is no problem, as I am not facing discrimination. However, if it turns out that I'm the only person receiving this treatment, I will approach my boss to share my concerns. If he is understanding and commits to changing how he treats me, I will be forgiving and give him a second chance. But if he is harsh and refuses to hear my concerns, I will approach the Human Resources Department with my concerns so that they may help me mediate the situation. As you can see, all 3 follow-up questions for this sample CASPer situation were from the scenario category. An important tip: in cases when all 3 questions are from the same category, you do not need to answer all 3 questions to get a high score, since they tend to ask for your reaction. The quality of your answers will determine how well you do on a question, and it is possible to leave 1 or even 2 of the 3 questions blank and still receive a good score if you cover all you need to say or do in one single answer. Your score is solely based on how appropriate, mature, and professional your answer is, whether you answer just 1 of the follow-up questions or all 3. This means that simply filling out all 3 questions with mediocre answers will not get you a high score, so make sure to prioritize quality over quantity. Those are our tips to help you ace your CASPer test, and you can check out our blog to learn more about CASPer questions and answer strategies. And I've included the link in the description of this video for easy access. And if you would like us to help you get a high CASPer score, visit CASPerTestPrep.com to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions about this video that I didn't cover, let me know in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget that we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So leave your comment below for a chance to win. Thanks for watching and see you next time.